This is Mwenda Saba TV.
Now, Prof, tukiuma utuitakiri another issue kwa mono ni a meeting between former President Kenyatta and former Nigeria President Olusegun Obasanjo, Kalonzo Musyoka. In the headline andikibwa kada around December iba shemene semo in Nigeria na ban discuss a possibility of handshake between Uhuru Kenyatta and former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Ile itekiarwa mono. Is there any possibility from where you sit as a political analyst you could handshake between Uhuru Kenyatta and Rigathi Gachagua, and what does it mean to the opposition?
I think this I can say is gone without equivocation or without fear of any contradiction. There is already a handshake between Gachagua and Uhuru Kenyatta. It's not coming from Nigeria. These people are not at war. No. Anybody who is imagining there is differences between the two, they are not living in Kenya. You know, these political people, what I've seen is on the face of it, it may look like they are not working together. But that's not really exactly accurate. These people are very much together. I think you can read the science in the positioning of Jubilee now. What they did, most of the people are fairly against Gachagua. They have kind of been taking back sitting in Dogo. We don't like, because you see, just like we are saying Meru should not be divided. The same thing we are saying you can't divide the Gikuyos either. And they expect to amount to anything in Kenya. Uhuru knows that. Having been the president, he knows he can't have undivided community where he come from. He understands it is his responsibility to put it together. Even if they were to have differences with the Gachagua, which now I can tell you they are not there right now. But even if they are there, it is actually rational for Uhuru Kenyatta to take steps to mend, to make sure those differences are there, because these are now two leaders in the Mount Kenya region, two primary leaders. They have to take measures to make sure those differences are not there. That's how the community can survive within the national competition. You see, nationally we all have interest, community interest. They are harmonized at the national level, where leaders from different regions bring their community interest. Then they are put together and harmonized, and everybody gets the share, and we maintain peace in the country. Uhuru knows that a divided region cannot be taken seriously at the top. So I can understand that they would want a common ground, especially as we go to the election, so they can front one candidate who now is supported properly by the Mount Kenyan bloc and then by other Kenyans who they may want to make coalitions with. Because you see, this country, the president is always elected by bloc coalition, tribal bloc. Let me just be blunt. Tribal blocks. That's how we elect. In other words, we elect emotionally. We don't actually elect anybody rationally. We don't elect you because you are perfect, you are fantastic, you are Europeans. No. We make tribal coalitions first. Then from there, we go to the party. Then from the party, we make you president. So if you now want to take Mount Kenya to build alliance with the others, he has to have peace with the Gachagua if there are any differences. So together now, they can take Mount Kenya into alliance with other Kenyan communities in order to change the government. Because I think the primary objective, because Gachagua is in opposition, is to change government through the ballot. So you have to go there as a united front. And then the lawyers can respect you.
So someone may ask,
the Kambas can respect you. The Costos can respect you. Even the Kalenjins can respect you.
Someone may ask you, politics is a game of interest, and the Kenyatta, politically, economically, they control a good portion of this country. Now, how will Kenyatta interest be taken care of? Maybe through Matiang? Is that possible?
I think Kenyatta understands that the country is in a very bad position. He understands that if this election does not go well. In order to bring a legitimate government, you can very easily have a revolution. If you have a revolution, you can control its outcome. Because I mean, Uhuru is not an angel.
Yes.
Okay. You remember the Pandora Papers.
Yes.
So he is one of the people, and the revolution will be going after. You understand? Yes. He knows that. So what he's trying to do, though, is trying to figure out how there can be a peaceful change. Change of government legally,
yes.
constitutionally, peacefully. Now, to do that, you need to assemble and block. Now, Matiang'i, I think people are just because he is in Jubilee. That is the reason why
yes.
people think he would be fronting him. But I really doubt that. I think eventually the opposition will have to set it down. Eventually. Right now, I can't say this or that, but they will have to set it down. And look who commands, who has a lock and the key. Who has put his drive
yes.
and a lock and key. Because we vote emotionally.
Yes.
So now, after the opposition figures, when you know who has and what the numbers that person will control, that eventually which will guide the decision.
Yes.
Is not who would want. Of course, he will have a say because he has resources, he has his right and Article 38.
Yes.
But the consideration is going to weigh heavily on who commands following within his or her community.
This is Mwenda Saba TV.